Welcome. Today I will be paraphrasing, summarizing, and sharing for the February 12th Al-Anon readings in Courage to Change and a Little Time for Myself. We'll begin with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I will take a moment to look over this reading. The question of the day is, what ways can I find to love myself today? The passage begins with a person describing how chaotic their life is when they start to question what they've done in the past, and they feel sorry for themselves. They forget to turn to their higher power, and that just makes things worse. The passage goes on to say that this person finds it very comforting to think about their mother, because their mother was not judgmental, could find the positive in any situation, was a very special person in this person's life. So when this person thinks about their mother talking to them and when this person tries to talk to themselves in the same way that their mother used to talk to them, they feel the love that their mother gave them. And then this person feels like they can forgive themselves because they realize that they always done the best that they were capable of doing at the time. Today's reminder, being aware of ourselves and accepting ourselves, are the keys to loving ourselves. And when we love ourselves, our life is much more manageable. The quote is from Hope for Today. We work our program and we come to an understanding about our relationships, and especially our relationship with ourself. When we caring for ourselves is important. So back to the question, what ways can I find to love myself today? I love the examples in the passage, which are recognizing that we've always done the best that we could do at the time. And I think that that's true for myself all the time. I can truly say that I'm always doing the best that I can. I also think it's interesting that this person had such a wonderful mother that made them feel so loved, so accepted and not judged. And I think that for me, when I think about how I talk to my son or my grandchildren or my partner or my good friends, anybody that I that I speak to about very personal, intimate things, but at the same time, uh, someone obviously that I'm very, very close to, I think about how I would talk with them. And then I try to make sure that in my head I'm talking to myself in the same way. And honestly, I catch myself so often thinking horrible things, and it's just, quite frankly, it's kind of exhausting. All the times that I realize that I'm saying harsh or fearful things, I'm thinking harsh or fearful things in my head, and I catch myself and I say, you're just letting your mind get away from you. Come back, breathe, pray for guidance, pray for help. But it's really amazing when I realize what goes on in my mind. So I guess that's the self-awareness piece. And then the self-acceptance piece is, I guess, just accepting myself for where I am and continue to work on it. What else can I do? I just keep working on it. So whenever I have a thought that I don't want to have, I just ask my higher power for help. And realize, I always think of Byron Katie, realize that it's one of those little clouds floating along in the sky. I don't want to attach to that. I'm going to let it just keep on going. That's all I can think of for now. I'm thinking about something that happened at the thrift shop today, which is that I repeated something that I saw one of our volunteers do, because it kind of came up in conversation. It fit with the conversation that was going on, but I kind of feel like it was gossipy, and I didn't mean it that way, but I think it was that way, and I don't feel good about what I said. But I guess all I can do is not repeat that behavior, because it wouldn't make sense to go back and apologize, because the person would think, like, what are you apologizing for? They probably wouldn't even remember the conversation. All right, moving on. I'm going to take a minute to look this over. This passage is about detachment. The passage begins with this person describing that with casual friends, it's easier to detach, but when it comes to their own family, it's much more challenging. And the passage goes on to say that this person has noticed that paying attention to their own mood when they're going into a situation gives them a better chance of not taking on someone else's stuff during an interaction. So it says if someone that we love is struggling, it doesn't mean that we have to struggle. We can feel what we feel, the word in the passage is interference, without interference. I like that. We don't have to take on others' negativity. We can deal with our own. This is huge for me. I don't have any markings on this page, but I kind of feel like it's a really important page for me because I have worked really, really consistently, and I don't know what word I was going to use, but on separating my feelings from other people's feelings, because I can take them on so easily, and I feel like I just have a lot of emotions, and I feel like I feel people's emotions, and it's just, even if I'm completely fine, I can be really, really sad when I hear something sad. Even though I am, like I said, nothing's wrong, I'm healthy, I feel good, everything's happy, but I hear something sad, and it's like I just become like really sad. So I'm aware of that. I've been working on that for a long, long time, trying not to take on what isn't mine. But it's something that I really have to work on. I really have to dedicate energy to that, because it is my natural way to take on other people's feelings. Today's reminder: it's reminding us to check in with our body, checking in with ourselves, and focusing on our actual feelings rather than focusing on someone else's mood. And what I have to say about that, what's just popped into my head is yes, but I feel like it's a little bit of a luxury to do that during a crisis, because sometimes when we're dealing with someone who's out of control, I'm not right now, I haven't for many years. However, in those times, I'm thinking of my ex-husband, or I'm thinking about my son when he was in crisis. And I'm thinking about how it was extremely important for me to be in tune with how I felt they were in their emotional state, because that dictated how I behaved around them, because I didn't want to make myself unsafe. And if you've ever been in that situation, I bet you understand what I'm saying. But the truth is, thank God that I'm not in that situation anymore. I don't think I will ever put myself in that situation ever again. And I just thought that just popped into my head during today's reminder. So the quote is from Detachment. So we don't want to be obsessed with other people's behavior. And we want to be happy and have a manageable life, a life with dignity, and a life that is guided by our higher power. Yes, that's beautiful. I agree wholeheartedly with all of this, and I do feel like it applies to me very strongly in different ways now than it did in the past. But I feel like I kind of like know exactly what they're talking about in this passage because of the experiences that I've had. I'm so grateful that I'm not in those situations now, and that, my ex-husband is living a very nice life away. We're divorced. We've been divorced for decades, and my son as well is doing very well, very happy, living his life the way he wants to. I'm so proud of him. Just so much love there. And I'm just really grateful. So we'll close out with the serenity prayer and 3 mindful breaths. Here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Sending you love. Take care.